Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 2-3 of October, November 2019. So let's move on to question number 1. So here we have to solve this equation. So we have modulus on one side and we have x plus 4 on one side. So one way you can solve this is you can write 3x plus 2 equal to positive x plus 4. Or it can be 3x plus 2 equal to negative x plus 4. Okay, so now we can solve. So for the first one, it will be 3x plus 2 is equal to x plus 4. Now we send x over here, you will have 3x minus x will be 2x equal to 2, x equal to 1. And here you have 3x plus 2 equal to minus x minus 4. You send x over here, you will have 4x equal to 2, x equal to half. So the two values of x will be half and 1. That is your question number 1. Now question number 2, we have to show this side become this side. So first thing we can do is simplify the top. So what is cosec? So cosec x is just 1 over sine. And what is cot? Cot x is cos x over sin x. Now what is cosec minus cot? So cosec 1 over sin x minus cos over sin x. So that simplifies to what? It simplifies to 1 minus cos x over sin x, because they have the same base, right? Now replace this back in your equation, your main function. You will have 1 minus cos x over sin x. Now you have to divide by this, it becomes times 1 cos x. Now this and this are the same, so they cancel out. So you have 1 over sin x. So 1 over sin x is just cosec x. This is shown as required. Okay, that is question number 2, part 1. Now for part 3, we have to hence solve this equation. So as you have seen, this is equal to same as here. So this is cosec. So cosec. So what is cosec? Cosec is just 1 over sin x. So from here you will have sin x equal to half. So x will be sine inverse of half. Now since sine is positive, it will be in your first quadrant and in your third quadrant. Okay, so let's do x will be sine inverse of half should give you 30 degrees, and that will be, this one will be 180 minus 30, that will be 150. So you can always check if you're not too sure. You can always use your calculator. So go to degrees, sine inverse of half, that should give you 30. That is for your first quadrant, that is just your angle, and this one will be 180 minus the angle, that will be 150. So this will be your two values for x for part 2, and that is question number 2. Let's move on to question number 3. So here we have the first 4 terms in the expansion of this are given to you by this, and where a, b and c are integers, so this is good to know. Show that we have this equation and hence find the values of a, b and c. So we have to expand this until a term in x cubed, so only until x cubed. So let's do one by one. So first we have to expand this one. What is 1 plus a x power 5? So first term will be 5, choose 0. First we have 1, then we have ax. So when we have 0 here, this becomes 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. Plus second term, 5 choose 1, ax, that will be 1, that will be 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. Plus 5 choose 2, ax, that will be 2, and that will be 3. And finally, 5 choose 3, 1, ax, this is 3, and this is 2. So the reason why we stop here is because we only need the term in x cubed. So x cubed, we can stop right here. Now if you expand, you will have 5 choose 0 is 1, 1 power 5 is 1, then this will be 1 as well. Plus 5 choose 1 is 5 times 1 times ax, plus 5 choose 2, that will be 10 times 1 times a square x square, plus 5 choose 3, that should be 10 as well, but let's check. Yep, 10 as well, times 1 times a cube x cube. So now we can simplify. That is equal to 1 plus 5ax plus 10 a square x square plus 10 a cube x cube. So this is the expansion of this. Now we have to find the expansion of this until the term in x cube. So we have 1 plus ax power 5 times this one. Sorry, times 2 plus bx. So if you were to expand this, this is equal to 2 times 1 plus ax power 5 plus bx times 1 plus ax power 5. Now let's look at one by one. So first this one. So 2 times this will be what? Will be 2 plus 10 ax plus 20 a square x square and plus 20 a cube x cube. Now for this one, times this, which is this, right? So that will be bx. So bx will be right here, plus 5 a b x square plus 10 a square b x cube, cube here. So we can stop right here because we only care about this term. So it is plus, so we have to add these two. This will be 2, this will be 10a plus b x plus 20a square plus 5ab plus 20a cube plus 10a square b. That will be a term in x cube. So as you have seen, this is supposed to give you this equation, which is 2 plus 32x plus 210 x squared plus cx cubed. So now we have to compare the coefficients. So this is 2, this is this, this is this, and this is this. So for this first equation we have 10 a plus b is equal to 32. This is equation number 1. And here we have 20a squared plus 5ab equal to 210. That is equation number 2. So we can use these two to find the value of a and b. So here we can make b the subject of formula. That will become 32 minus 10a. We can replace the value of b here. In here, you will have 20a squared plus 5 times a times b, 32 minus 10a equal to 210. That will be 20a squared plus 32 times 5, that will be 160 minus 50a squared equal to 210. Now simplify this minus this, so 20 minus 50, that will be minus 30a squared plus 160a equal to 210. Now let's simplify, let's bring everything to one side. You will have 30a squared minus 160a plus 210 equal to 0. Now you can divide by 10. You have this, this, this. You will have 3a squared minus 16a plus 21 is equal to 0. So this is the equation that we need to show is the same as this, so shown as required. Now we have to solve this. This is a simple quad equation. We have two brackets. 3a is just 3a squared is 3a times a. Now 21 can be what? 21 is 3 times 7. Okay. Now for you to get minus 16, and here we have plus, has to be 3 here, and 7 has to be minus minus. Why? Because 3a times minus 3, that will be minus 9, and minus 9 minus 7 minus 16, that is good. And next thing to check is minus times minus will be plus, so that is good. So in this case you have two values of a can be 7 over 3 or a can be 3. So if you see the question, it says a, b, c are integers, so the value of a cannot be this, it can only be this. So a is equal to 3. Now go back to your question to find the value of b. So b will be 32 minus 10 times 3, that will be 2. Now value of b will be 2. Now we have to find the value of c from this equation. So c is equal to 20a cubed plus 10a squared b. 20 times a cubed will be 27 plus 10. A squared is a is equal to 3, that is 9, times b is 2. Let's see what you get. 20 times 27 plus 10 times 9 times 2, that should be 720. Okay, so that's it. So finally you have values of a, b, and c. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to 2, and c is equal to 720. And that is your answer for question number 3. Let's move on to question number 4. Given that y is equal to this expression, write y in this form, where a, b, and c are constants. So I always like to write this down as this. So we have 2x squared minus 4x. I like to leave some space and then write minus 7. Then I like to factorize this too. So we have 2 here, we have 4. Let's take out 2. You'll have x squared minus 2x. Now we have to add something. So this number will be, we have to take this value. So we ignore the sign, we just take this value, which is 2. Have to divide by 2 square. So we have minus 7. If you plus something, you also have to minus the same value. So minus 2 over 2 square. Now, since this was inside the bracket with 2, we also have to take the 2 out. You will have 2 here. Now we can simplify. This will be 2. Here we have x, that will be x. Here we have minus, that will be minus. And this is 2 divided by 2 will be 1. And we have square, that will be square. Now here we have minus 7, minus. So this is 1. So minus 7 minus 2, that will be minus 9. So in that case, as you can see, we have a as 2, x minus b is 1, and c is minus 9. This is your complete square form. Now for part 2 is, hence write down the minimum value of y and the value of x at which it occurs. So pretty easy. Minimum value of y will be this one, which is minus 9. And the value of x will be the inside. You have to look at x minus 1. You have to equate that to 0. X is equal to 1. So you see at x equal to 1. That is part 2. Now for part 3 is, using your answers to part 1, solve this equation. Now if you observe, in your first equation you had 2x, so you have 2x squared minus 4x minus 7 equal to 0. If you compare, root p will be x here. So basically, if you were to convert this to a complete square form, you will have, so you have 2p minus 4 root p minus 7. So we just have to replace the value of x by root p. You will have 2 root p minus 1 square minus 9. Okay. So we have to solve this equal to 0. So first step, we have to send this over here. You will have root p minus 1 square 9 divided by 2. Now root p will be minus 1 equal to plus minus root 4.5. Now we have root p equal to 1 plus minus root of 4.5. So p will be 1 plus minus root of 4.5 square. So for the first value of p, it can be 1 plus root of 4.5 square. So 9 point, so 2 decimal place, 74. Or it can be 1 minus root of 4.5 square. That'll be 1.26. So two values of p, both has to be positive. So we can have this, we can have this. Correct to 2 decimal place. And that will be your question number 4. Now question number 5, we have solve this equation. We have 3 cot square y minus pi over 4 minus 1 from 0 till pi radians for the value of y. So first step is to know is what is cot. Cot is 1 over 10. That is what you need to know to solve this equation. So it means that 3, so let's send 3 over here. You will have cot square y minus pi by 4 is equal to 1 over 3. Next step is to convert cot square to tan. So you'll have tan square y minus pi by 4. Now that will become 3, because if you replace, you have to invert. It will become like this. Now it means that tan y minus pi by 4 has to be plus minus root of 3. So we have 2 possible values now. So for the first one, let's take the negative value. So tan y minus pi by 4 is first equal to negative root of 3, or it can be tan of y minus pi by 4 is equal to positive root of 3. So now you would say if tan is negative, so let's say it is negative, it will be in your second quadrant and in your fourth quadrant. This is pi minus theta, and this is 2 pi minus theta. Right. So let's first find the value of theta. Theta is found by taking tan inverse of the positive value of this. So we have to use radians. So tan inverse of root 3. So I think that will be a exact value if you have a different calculator, but we can try to find this in degrees first. That will be 60. So which means theta is pi by 3. But you have to add your answer in radians, of course. Now for the value of y minus pi by 4, so we have to find this. First one will be pi minus this. So pi minus pi by 3. Or it can be this one, 2 pi minus pi by 3. So what is your value of y? Y will be pi minus pi by 3 plus pi by 4. Or it can be 2 pi minus pi by 3 plus pi by 4. Okay, let's solve. If you factorize pi outside, you will have just numbers. So 1 minus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4. That will be 11 over 12 pi. Or it can be 2 minus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4. That should be 11 over 12 pi. That is for the first two values. So now before we conclude the answers, let's solve this one. This one is when tan is positive. If tan is positive, it will be in your first quadrant and in your third quadrant. So first is just theta, and this will be plus theta, right? So let's solve this one. So you will have theta is equal to pi by 3. So y minus this is equal to theta, which is pi by 3. Or it can be this plus theta. So this plus pi by 3. Now y will be this plus this. Or it can be this plus this and plus this. So let's add. You will have 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4. That should be 7 over 12 pi, or it can be 1 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4. That should be 1, 7 over 12 pi. So now you have all these answers, which are possible values. But now if you go back to your range, it says that y is only between 0 and 1 pi. So this is outside, this is outside. So the two values possible will be y equal to 7 over 12 pi and then 11 over 12 pi. So these are the two possible values of y for this equation. That is part A. Now for part B, we have to solve this one. So here we have cot, tan, and cosec. So we can simplify them first. Let's see what we have. So first question, what is cot? Cot is 1 over tan, or you can write everything down to sin and cos. So here we have 7 times cos z over sin z, plus this will be sin z over cos z, equal to 7 times 1 over sin z. Now first we have to simplify this side. Let's see what we have. So here we have different base, so we have to cross multiply. You'll have 7 cos square z plus sin square z over, we have to multiply these two for the LCM. Okay, and this is supposed to give you this one, 7 over sin d. Now let's see what can we do. In that case, the first reaction is to cross multiply. Let's do that. So we can cross multiply, right? Cross multiply. You will have 7 cos square z times sin z plus sin z times sin square equal to 7 sin z cos z by doing cross multiplying. Now one thing we can do, we can send everything to one side. You will have 7 cos square z times sin z plus sin z power 3 minus 7 sin z cos z equal to 0. So now we have sin everywhere. We have sin here, sin here, sin here. We can factorize out. You'll have sin z equal to 7 cos square z minus 7 cos z plus sin square z equal to 0. Now let's see how can we convert this. So here we have cos square z, here we have sin square z. So you have 7 cos square z. So if you write this down as, so we have 7 cos square z is equal to 6 cos square z plus cos square z. Right. So cos square z can be taken out to add with this. So this add this will be equal to 1 by your identity. So let's do that. You will have sin square sin z times, this will become 6 cos square z minus 7 cos z, this will be, so this plus this, that will be 1. So plus 1 equal to 0. So now we can solve this as a quad equation. So first one is sin of z equal to 0, and here we have 6 cos square of z minus 7 cos square z plus 1 equal to 0. So let's factorize this. You will have 2 brackets. Now to get this value of minus 7, we have to have 6 cos z cos z, 1 is 1 times 1, has to be minus minus for this value of minus 7. So minus 6, minus 1, minus 7, and minus times minus have to be plus, and this is good. So this first value, since sine is 0, so sine inverse will be what? Sine inverse of 0, that will be 0 degrees. That could be 180 and 360 for your answers. Okay, that is one of the possible answers. Now for this one, let's check. You will have cos z is 1 over 6 and cos z is equal to 1. So both are positive values. Let's one by one. So if cos is positive, you know that it is in the first quadrant and also in the fourth quadrant. First quadrant is just theta. This will be the value of 2 pi will be 360 minus theta. Because this one is in degrees, we can just do 360 minus theta. So first one will be cos inverse of that. So cos inverse of 1 over 6, that will be 80.4, and then you have 360 minus answer, that will be 279.6. And then for this one you will have cos inverse of 1, that will be 0, and then that will be 360. Okay, so your answers will be what? So answers of z can be 0, 80.4, then you have 180, 279.6, and 360. So in most cases, what happens is you tend to divide by sine z. You don't take this value, so in that way you may have missing values for your answer. But usually I recommend to factorize this outside instead of dividing everywhere, because you will lose a few answers. In this case, you can see 180 was missing in that case. So by doing this, you have all the answers possible for your equation. This will be your set of values of z for which this is true. And that will be your question number 5. Now for question number 6, we do not use a calculator. It means that we have to show every step of your work of how did you find the answers. Now we have to find tan of ACD. So ACD, we have to find tan of this angle. So as you know by now, tan is equal to opposite side over adjacent side. Opposite side will be this one. This is your adjacent side. So tan of ACB is 3 plus root 3 over 3 minus root 3. Next step is we have to simplify this. We have to multiply top and bottom by their conjugate of this one. That will be 3 plus root 3, 3 plus root 3. Next step, let's simplify this. So what is the top? The top is going to be 3 plus root 3 square, because they are the same. That will be 9 plus 6 root 3 plus 3. That is 12 plus 6 root 3. Now for this one, that will be, so 3 minus root 3 times 3 plus root 3. Now if you observe, this is very similar to a minus b times a plus b, which is equal to a square minus b square. So same way, this will be equal to 3 square minus root 3 square, which is 9 minus 3, it is 6. So replace these two back in your equation. You will have the top will become 12 plus 6 root 3 divided by 6. Now we can factorize 6 outside. You will have 2 plus root 3 over 6. So 6 cancel. You'll have 2 plus 1 root 3. So this is your value of r is 2, s is 1, and these two are integers. That is part 1. Now for part 2 is find AC in the form of this, where t and u are integers and t is not equal to 1. So how do you find AC? So if you have a look here, we have a right angle triangle. So in that case, you can use the Pythagoras theorem. So it means that we have AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. So we have to use this to find AC. Okay, so here we have AC square equal to AB square is 3 plus root 3 square plus BC square is 3 minus root 3 square. Now if you simplify this, as you have seen, this becomes this. This is 12 plus 6 root 3. How about this one? Let's check. So what is 3 minus root 3 square? That will be 9 minus 6 root 3 plus 3, which is 12 minus 6 root 3. So if you replace this back here, you will have plus 12 minus 6 root 3. So these two cancel out. So you have 12 plus 12 is 24. Okay, so AC square is 24. In that case, AC is equal to root of 24. Now you have to simplify this. So let's do this here. So what is 24? 24 is 6 times 4. This is equal to root 6 times root 4. Now what is root 4? We would say it is 2. That will be 2 root 6. So in that case, AC will become 2 root 6. Where U and T are integers, so U is 6, T is 2, and T is not equal to, is not 1. It is this. This is your value for AC, and that is your question number 6. Now for question number 7, we have the curve y given to you, and you have these two lines, right? This is your y-axis, and this is your line x equal to 2. The diagram shows part of the curve and the line does. Okay, so part 1, find correct to 2 decimal place the coordinates of the stationary points. So this one is pretty obvious. So as you must know by now, you will say at stationary point you will have dy by dx equal to 0. So y is given to you by this, so we can rewrite this to make it easier for you. So y becomes x plus 6. So let's bring this up. You will have 3x plus 2 power minus 2. Now dy by dx will be dy by dx will be, this will be 1, and that will be minus 12, 3x plus 12 plus 2 minus 1 times 3. That will become 1 minus 36 over 3x plus 2 power 3. This is dy by dx. You have to equate that to 0. So one thing you could do now is to simplify. You will have multiply this by everywhere to eliminate this one. Then you will have 3x plus 2 power 3 minus 36 equal to 0. So we have to find the value of x correct to 2 decimal place. Now this will become 3x plus 2 power 3 equal to 36, which means 3x plus 2 equal to cube root of 36, which is equal to what? 3.30. So 3.30. You can write 2 if you want to. And then you will have 3x. So x will be 3.302 minus 2 divided by 3. Okay, so minus 2 divided by 3. So x will be 0.43, correct to 2 decimal place. Now what is the y value? To find the y value, you have to replace back in your equation. So y will be x is just your answer, plus 6 divided by 3 times x plus 2 square. That will be your y, 0.98. So the point will be correct to two decimal place, will be 0.43 and 0.98. That will be your stationary point for this question. Now for part 3 is we have to find the area of the region and show all your work. So in the question here you will have this as your area that you need to find. Okay, so to find this area is pretty easy. You just have to find area under the curve between this and this. So what is this point? X equal to 2, that will be 2. 0 and 2. Okay, let's do that. So we have to integrate y from 0 and 2 by dx. Now y has been given to you by this equation. So we have to integrate this. So that will be 2, 0, x plus 6, 3x plus 2, power minus 2 dx. That will become x squared over 2 plus 6, we have 3x plus 2. That will be, you have to plus 1, that become minus 1, divide by minus 1 times 3. 2 and 0. Now simplify, that will become half x squared, 3, that becomes 2, so minus 2 over 3x plus 2 for 2 and 0 limits. So let's find the values. So first one is 2, so that will be half 2 squared will be 4 minus 2 over 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 minus 0, that will be, so replace, you will have 0 minus 2 over 2. Let's simplify, you will have, first one is 2 minus 2 over 8 minus 1. 2 minus 2 over 8 minus 1. That should be 2, 3 over 4 units square. This will be the area of your region that you need to find. And that will be your question number 7. Let's move on to question number 8. So here we have the roots of the equation. This are 2, 3, and p, where p is an integer. Find the value of p. So pretty easy. If your roots has been given to you as this, your factor has to be x minus 2, x minus 3, and x minus 4. So to find the value of p, we have to take minus 2 times minus 3 times this should give you this value. So let's do that. Minus 2 times minus 3 times minus p is going to be 24. So this is 6. So minus p is equal to minus 4. So p plus 4, sorry. So the value of p will be equal to minus 4. That is your value of p. Now show that the value of a is equal to minus 1 and find the value of b. So since we have all the 3 factors now, so which is x minus 2, x minus 3, and x minus 4 will be plus 4. We can just expand this and find the values. Right, let's expand this. So this time this will be what? So for those two, that will be x squared minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. That will become x squared minus 5x plus 6. So this is this, have to multiply by this. Okay, so first one will be x, that will become x power 3 minus 5x power 2 plus 6x plus 4x squared minus 20x plus 24. Now if you simplify, this will become x cubed, this and this will become minus 1x squared, and this will become minus 14x plus 24. Now if you compare with your main equation, you will have x cubed plus a x squared plus b x plus 24. So which means the value of a is equal to minus 1. And the value of b is equal to minus 14. So a and b is those two values. That will be part 2 of the question. Now if you move on to part 3, we have, given that a curve have equation this, so b we know is minus 14, so y is equal to x cubed minus x squared minus 14x plus 24. Using your value of b, find dy by dx. So dy by dx should be pretty easy. That should be 3x squared minus 2x minus 14. Now for part 4, the integer value of x for which the gradient of the curve is 2 and the corresponding value of y. So we have to find the value of x for which the gradient is 2. So gradient is always dy by dx is equal to 2. So if this is equal to 2, find the value of x. So here we have 3x squared minus 2x as your dy by dx equal to the value of 2. So we have to solve to find the value of x. That will become 3x squared minus 2x minus 14 minus 2 will be minus 16 equal to 0. Now we have to factorize. 3x squared is 3x times x. Now 16 is, what can we use? Can be 1 times 16. That will not be good. We have to use, let's try using 8 times 2. So here we have 2 and here we have 8. So this will be so minus 8x plus 6 to get minus 2. Okay, so x can be 8 over 3 or x can be minus 2. So in that case, it is said that it is integer value, so we cannot use this. So this is your value of x. Now if x is this, find your value of y. Y you have to replace back in your equation. Y will be minus 2 power 3 power 2 minus 14 times minus 2 plus 24 minus 8 minus 4 plus 28 plus 24. That should be 40. So in that case, so x is minus 2 and y is this one. That is part 4 of the question. Now for part 5, the coordinates of P on the curve are given by the values of x and y. Find this one. So P is minus 2 and 40. Find the equation of the tangent to the curve at P. So since you know the gradient already, at this point is equal to 2, we can find the equation pretty easily. This is just your x, your y. So y minus 40 over x plus 2 is equal to 2. Cross multiply, you will have y minus 40 equal to 2x plus 4. So y is equal to 2x plus 44 for the equation of tangent. And that will be your question number 8. Now let's move on to question number 9. The diagram shows the points O, A, B, C, and D. So O, A, B, C, and D, and X. The position vectors of A, B, and C are given to you as this one. OA is A, OB is 2B, OC is 3A, so this means AC is only 2A. And the vector CD is B. Okay. Now question, given that AX is equal to lambda times AD, find OX in terms of this. So AX is this. So what is OX? As you know, AX is equal to OX minus OA. Lambda times AD. So how do you find AD? AD will be AC and CD. That will be 2A plus B. Now to find OX, it is equal to lambda 2A plus B plus OA, so plus A. If you simplify, that will become 2 lambda A plus A plus lambda B, which is 2 lambda plus 1 A plus lambda B. Okay, that is your value for OX. Now for part 2, given that BX is equal to this, find OX in terms of this, this, and this. So BX again is OX minus OB. Mu times BX. So where's BX? BX is BX, so B going to O going to, BC. This is not BX. So BC. B going to C will be B going to O going to C. That will be minus 2B plus 3A. So from this you will have OX is equal to minus 2 mu B plus 3 mu A plus B. OB is given to you by 2B. So if you simplify, that becomes 3 mu A. So we have 2 minus 2 mu B and plus, right? That will be OX for this one. Now for part 3 is we have to find the value of lambda and mu. But now if you observe, we have OX is equal to this and OX is equal to this. So we know that OX and OX are the same thing. We can solve them simultaneously. So basically replace this by this. So you will have 2 lambda plus 1A plus lambda B is equal to this one. This one is this one. So 3. So we have 3 mu A plus 2 minus 2 mu B. Now we have to compare the coefficients. So this is in front of B, this is in front of B, and this is in front of A, and this is in front of A. So basically we have two equations. So first one is 2 lambda plus 1 equal to 3 mu, and then we have mu equal to 2 minus 2 mu. That is equation number 2. Now to find those two values, as you can see, this is a simple simultaneous equation. This is lambda, replaced back in here. So you will have 2 times lambda, that will be 2 minus 2 mu, plus 1 equal to 3 mu. That will become 4 minus 4 mu, plus 1 equal to 3 mu. Now solve, let's bring this one to this side. You will have 4 plus 1 is 5, 3 plus 4 is 7 mu. So mu will be 5 over 7. So lambda will be 2 minus 2, 5 over 7. That will be 2 minus 10 over 7. Now over 7, that will become 14 minus 10. That will become 4 over 7. So finally, lambda is 4 over 7 and mu is 5 over 7. Okay, that is part 3. Now for part 4, find the ratio of AX and XD. Now we have this ratio, AX and XD. Let's write this down. From part 1, it says AX is equal to lambda AD. So we have this ratio. So AX, lambda is equal to 4 over 7 AD. So it means that we have to take AD for this one and AX for this one. So according to your drawing, you have a line here, AD, and X is in the middle. So let's draw this here. You will have A and D, and X will be about here. Let's say X is here. It means that AD is 7, so this whole thing is 7, and AX is equal to 4. So if this is 7, this is 4, this will be 7 minus 4, that will be 3. So the ratio of AX is 4 over 3. So ratio is 4 over 3. That will be your answer for part 4. And that is your question number 9. Okay, so let's move on to question number 10. The functions f and g are defined by this equation. So first one is solve this one. So what is g f of x? So g f of x will be inside. You will have g is e 2 f of x minus 4. That will become exponential 2 ln 3x plus 2 minus 4. Simplify, become e ln 3x plus 2 minus 4. Now this becomes 1, so you will have 3x plus 2 minus 4 is equal to g of f of x, and this is equal to 5. Find the value of x when that happens. So you will have 3x plus 2 square equal to 5 plus 4, which is 9. So 3x plus 2 is equal to square root of 9 plus minus, right, which is plus minus of 3. So let's find both values. So 3x plus 2 is either equal to, so we have one possible value, which is 3x plus 2 is equal to minus 3, or it can be 3x plus 2 is equal to plus 3. So 3x will be equal to minus 5, x will be minus 5 over 3, or 3x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1 over 3. So two possible values of x. Now we have to choose. Here we have a domain. X needs to be more than minus 2 over 3. So this will not be a possible value. So if you check, let's check. So minus 2 over 3 is what? Minus 0.666, and this is minus 5 over divided by 3, minus 1.666. So the limit is, if you draw the line, so here we have minus 0.666, and here is minus 1.666. The values of x can only be defined for bigger than this, so this is not in the range, so we cannot take this value. So the only possible value will be this one. X has to be 1 over 3. And that is for part 1. Now for part 2 is to find f inverse. So this one is pretty straightforward. As always, we have to first let y equal to f of x, which is ln 3x plus 2. Now next step, we have to send ln over here. You will become ey equal to 3x plus 2. So 3x equal to ey minus 2, x equal to ey minus 2 divided by 3. From this, f inverse of x is equal to e power x minus 2 divided by 3. Okay, so next one will be this one. Solve this equation. You will have f inverse is ex minus 2 over 3 equal to g of x is given to you e power 2x minus 4. Now next step is to cross multiply. You will have ex minus 2 is equal to 2x minus 12. Let's bring everything to one side. You will have 3 e of 2x minus ex minus 12 plus 2 minus 10 equal to 0. Now if you observe, this one is a simple quadratic equation, but if you are confused, you can always do this. Let u equal to e power x. So you will have 3u squared minus u minus 10 equal to 0. Now we can try to factorize. That will be 3u times u. Now for 10, we can use what? We can use 5 times 2. So 2 will be here, and this will be 5. Have to be minus 6 plus 5. So u can be minus 5 over 3, and u can be 2. But now we have to find the value of x, so we know that e of x is minus 5 over 3, or e of x is equal to 2. So x will be ln minus 5 over 3. X will be ln of 2. So this one will not be possible, because if you look, ln cannot take negative value. It will give you an error. So this is not possible, not valid. So only this is your valid answer. If you want to, you can also solve this to provide your answer in decimal place, or you can write 0.693 as your answer. That is your value of x for part 3. That is question number 10. And that will be your last question. So I hope that was somewhat helpful. As always, thank you for watching, guys. And if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. I will get back to you. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon.